Oh, yeah. Yep. It's about that time, everybody. Sunday episode of the Social Distance Drinking Club, the Sunday Day Drink, and we're all here together. Today I have to, I'm going to share some scary secrets. People might think I may not have been socially distant, but I am being socially distant. In the meantime, for those of you joining us, thank you for joining us. I know I'm like leaning forward. I'm in a different place right now, different space. It's different. So, Brett, what are you drinking this fine and lovely Sunday afternoon? It is warm today, man.
It is a bit warm.
What you got?
Moonraker Almanac collab, Space Jammer IPA.
Nice. Crushed that last night. Hey, kiddo. Adam Green.
I got this Latitude 33 Blood Orange IPA.
All right. And Adam Ledford.
I'm drinking Pennsylvanians might call a red beer. It is your favorite, we're not going to say what it is, corn and your favorite Bloody Mary mix. It's quite refreshing. And also, I absolutely killed every single can of hazy local IPA last night.
We did the same. Problems were had. So for those of you who are currently watching and wondering why the hell is there a bunch of noise and you just saw some humans behind me, I have been as socially distant as absolutely possible. However, I've spent almost every you can't sit on my bag. I've spent almost every day prior to this with my dear friend Earl Watford and his family, and so we agreed that basically we would have a just us rule. He could come to my house and I could go to his. And what are you doing? So he's going to join us here in a little bit. He's got two wonderful children. You just saw one of them. She's opening up a game of Uno like I'm going to play with her. So if we want to, I don't know if we could play social distance Uno. That would be hilarious if we could figure out how to do that. That would be a lot of fun. If you can figure out how to play social distance Uno, kiddo, I will play with you. We can do it with 100 people right now. So for me, I am drinking. We made a masked up trip to the Sleepy Whale, and I've got this hard kombucha called June Shine because I felt like I needed a cleanse. So.
No.
Good.
So light ABV.
Yes. And for those of you just joining us, tell us what you're drinking. We always ask this question, and I don't know why I don't have it ready to go. What's everyone drinking? What is everyone drinking? I want to know what you guys have in your glass right now for a wonderful Sunday. And here comes the rest of the family. Look at you with your little booties. With your little booties. Yeah. Can Uncle Yusuf host a show?
No.
No. I was told no. So there you go.
Believe more professional at any given time. So we got our sick logo, but now we have to have background just to kind of balance.
It's perfect. So once again, thanks for joining us, guys. It is Social Distance Sunday. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Matt, I'll give you my honest feedback on these tacos later, but I'm not going to do it in public because, not great.
That sounds rude.
I eat calamari.
Your calamari was delicious. Yes, Matt's calamari was delicious.
Non-alcoholic caffeinated seltzer.
Is that where you're saying non-alcoholic caffeinated seltzer? Interesting.
That's like a step up from, I think, Yusuf's drink of choice.
What?
It truly is.
Truly is. Do I have a Truly? I do have a Truly somewhere. I'm going to grab one. It's going to be Truly time shortly. Guys, thanks for joining us. We're creeping up on the primetime moment. Tell us what you're drinking. Robin is drinking a non-alcoholic caffeinated seltzer, which is perfectly fine. Make a cup of tea, make a cup of coffee. It is Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock in Arizona. It's 5 Eastern, 5:08, I suppose. I don't have to tell you the time. Hopefully you guys haven't lost track of time and space. We're getting there.
Usually it's track of days, not time so much. It's
a true story.
Yeah.
It is an absolute true story. Mr. Watford, I was just explaining to everybody how this is my social distance family because we spent every day together before there was kind of an enforcement, and also for us to even be responsible to stay away from other people, we figured since we had each other, we would continue to do that and stay away from everyone else. So that has been good. That has been great. What have you guys done to cope with social distancing in the meantime? All of you kind of have live-in company. You've got families, right? So Brett, you've got your fiance Adam. You're married, Adam. Green, you're engaged. Everybody has live-in company right now. I'm going to pose that question to you guys in the audience. I'll pop off and write this up so you guys can answer. We'll go Brett, Ledford, Green. Go ahead.
So yeah, me and Ellie have been more fortunate than most with the two of us having worked from home for the last 3 weeks, and we don't have any kids running around like Mr. Ledford has, or my sisters have. Been doing a lot of. My family has started to do some. My personal immediate family. We've been doing recurring Zoom meetings, so that we can all kind of have some time together, which basically involves me and my nieces and nephews going crazy for about 45 minutes and just shouting at us and everybody, and my parents spending 20 minutes to figure out how to A, turn it on, and B, have their camera turned on. But Ellie and I are pretty fortunate. I'm glad we've got our nice yard here in our new house compared to less than a year ago. We'd been living in a 1,000 square foot condo. It'd be a little more cooped up.
Yeah, for real. Right time, right place, right time.
Yeah.
We're basically adjusting. I mean, obviously we have a kid, and so enforcing some sort of like homeschool structure has not been too challenging, but part of just massive communication. I'd say that's the biggest thing is that even though my wife and I have been married for almost 20 years, we're having to up our communication game, talk about it, check each other, check emotional state, just really make sure it's I saw a great cartoon the other day that says a guy was asking a cactus if it needed any more water, and it's it probably doesn't need any water. It's a cactus, and the moral of the story was you should check in even with your lowest maintenance friends because that doesn't mean they don't need anything. Got a busy wife, but we're trying to stay normal. Sleep schedules have completely changed, and it's amazing. Julie gets up 3 hours earlier than I do, and I stay up 3 hours later because it creates alone time for productive space or just decompression time. And I'd say that's the biggest thing is that we have just taken our shifts and staggered them a little bit just to kind of feel like we're still capable of having some alone time.
That makes sense. Yeah, we're like Tammy and I have both been working from home, so we still have that going. Keeps us busy during the weeks. But I think the challenge has been, the longer this goes on. I guess when it first started, how many of us really thought we had to plan long term for stuff? What are we going to do for a week, 2 weeks? We can handle that. But as it continues on, we're finding more things. We're doing virtual game nights with some Google Hangouts mixed in so we could see people that way. We've done some FaceTime with our family and with friends and everything. And it's just, it is kind of like the new normal, and we'll see how long that new normal lasts. But I think almost the longer we all go through this, I'm sure you guys can speak to this too, the longer we go through this, the more we adapt. Things that you didn't necessarily think that you needed to do a week ago or 2 weeks ago to get through this. You're like, okay, this makes sense. So I think it's day by day, we just kind of learn a little bit more about how best to get through this time. But certainly us being home together, us getting along really well helps. And, just trying to find ways to not make it seem like we're socially distancing, right? Social distancing, ways not to make it seem like we're alone. We can still talk with friends, talk with family, just obviously not in the same place.
Which has been fun, by the way, and thank you for hosting game nights. At some point, we'll have to host one of those Jackbox.tv game nights where there's 100 players.
Whoa.
Send that out to everybody because that'll be a lot of fun. So for those of you guys joining us, I see some comments in here. These are great. Let's see here. We got friends in North Carolina watching. Let's see. Ooh, he told us they're drinking some Huss Arizona Light Lager.
Ooh,
I wish
Morning, buddy.
lager. I could make amazing red beers out of that, and I wouldn't have to do shit.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, Ledford, you're tough to hear, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little bit.
Get to a Yusuf volume level.
Yeah, get to a loud use of volume level. So to answer everybody's question on my end, what I was saying earlier is I kind of cheated, but my one of my best friends, other than everybody in this group, obviously I love you guys, Adam and Brett, Mr. Earl Watford, who is joining us here in a moment. Him and I basically spent every single day together prior to us realizing this was like, we should probably self-quarantine and social distance. So we decided to continue just engaging with each other. And that has been, that has helped a lot. So that has definitely helped. And Earl, I think you are available.
What's up, Earl?
Hey, everybody.
Got a little reverb
down there.
There we go. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing well.
How close are you to
Staying
Yusuf
busy.
right now?
Say that again.
How close are you to Yusuf right now? I feel like you're in the same place.
We're not arm's length away.
But it feels like you're on CNN and they have like people with different backgrounds. It's like you're in the same room. Like
Yeah.
they, like split screen it.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Is Yusuf sitting in your pocket right now?
Oh, where are you?
I gotta kill this microphone. Hold on.
There you go. There you go.
Far enough away.
Yeah.
Here, but you can't hand him a beer.
Toss him a
Earl,
beer.
what
Get that
Earl,
going.
what are you drinking, man?
I got a little yippee-ki-yay here. A little whiskey.
I have that too.
Yeah.
That stuff's
Good
good.
stuff. Oh, yeah.
From High West.
How do I do that?
Really good stuff.
That's an aggressive day drink.
Yusuf,
Oh, yes.
one of you needs to run your volume all the way down. Won't have this issue.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, he's muted now. I just told him he's got to kill his. Now he's muted. He's got to kill his volume. Yes, we are a socially distant family at this point. I mean, we are 6 feet away. I showed everybody that. I wonder how this is working out because there's 5 of us. Also, the internet has been wild today. There's like
Not been good.
it's not been good. So, did you turn your volume down to nothing? Because I can hear it coming out of your phone.
Really, Yusuf should just mute his microphone, and then Earl can have his on, and it'll sound like normal volume for everybody.
I don't even need to be here right now. I'd prefer you guys have a conversation with Earl. But the thing is, as soon as that happens, Adam Green will talk for like 45 minutes, and people will quit.
I just like how our production value's gotten worse over time, apparently.
What the fuck is production value exactly?
Inching towards daylight.
I say as a, huh?
We're inching towards daylight.
We're getting there, and I use terrible vulgar language as a 2-year-old walks past me. Sorry, Earl. I apologize. Oh, well, it's time for my favorite part of the show. We get rid of Adam Green. It's my favorite part of the show. We're gonna do that. Earl, I want you to tell everybody how you're coping with social distance, and also we'll bring Adam Green back in a second because I actually think he might have some interesting questions for you. I'm going to step away and allow you guys to have a conversation and also look at some of the chat and see if I can bring some stuff up. So, actually, Adam Green, you're in. I'm out. You get to go first. It's all you.
Oh, I didn't really have any questions. I just wanted to see how Earl's doing. Like, I'm supposed to ask if you're watching Westworld right now.
Okay. Am I watching Westworld right now?
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. I haven't really watched too much TV. It's usually The Simpsons or kids' cartoons all the time right now. So we're watching a lot of Simpsons, which my oldest loves, which I guess she got that from me, which is pretty awesome. She loves it. And then a lot of Gumball and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So that's really television for me at the moment.
Yeah. Say, you're probably used to a little bit of downtime this time of year, but this is a little different than normal.
Oh, yeah. A little too much downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you got to fill your time finding things to do. You make things up just so you can pass the time. But like I said, it's kind of easy when you got 2 kids running around.
Yeah, keeps you busy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's nice. And you get Yusuf too, so you have him all
I got
around.
Yusuf. I got 3 kids now.
Actually, you have 4 kids counting the dog.
Yeah, we got dogs too, so they count as well.
You're a busy man. Yusuf, I can't hear Yusuf. This is
Yeah,
amazing.
I don't have your.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, you can hear me. Now you can hear me.
Boom.
You can all eat it. You can all eat it. I said I had to run away so the echo wouldn't happen. But how dare you call me a child, Earl? That hurts my feelings. I mean, I know that
Oh.
you're 10 feet away
Oh,
from me.
you
and
heard that?
Just that's really bad, dude. That's
I didn't think you heard that.
what do you mean? I didn't. You think I heard that? I was
Out of the
literally 10
chat.
feet away from you. I'm in your freaking driveway. I mean, this car right here is a Tesla right there.
It's kind of far.
This is joking.
It's far now.
Joking matters. Joking matters.
There's actually 4 kids because counting the
You know the
dog.
kids? Kids are there too.
The kids just told me I was a kid, and the dogs are kids.
Yep.
So, if anybody's got any questions for Mr. Earl Watford while he's here with us, we'll take them.
Ask away.
Adam-
I'm sweating and double
Adam,
fisting.
I appreciate it. I'm going to drop you real quick. Adam Ledford, do you have anything for him?
Bye.
Your mental?
Say that again.
You've been talking about what you're doing to keep your mental health up, but what are you doing for physical exercise right now?
Not too much. I'm not doing too much. So and I'm also not eating a lot. So I'm actually dropping a lot of weight right now. We've done some battle rope stuff, biking, walking, but just staying busy, trying not to drive myself insane, just sitting around all day. So you got to, kill some time that way. But with kids running around, you got to chase them. So I guess that counts as my cardio.
And I will say, I did some of the battle rope situation with Earl, and I hurt for 3 days afterwards. That's not funny, Earl. Stop laughing at me. Like, if we wrapped this thing around a tree, and I didn't realize that a 15-minute workout would feel like somebody punched me in every muscle in my body for a week. So that's what happened.
That
I'm
I want
sweating.
to see that video series, Yusuf.
What's that?
I want to see that video series, Yusuf, where you are just getting your ass whooped by Earl.
We may have to do that. Unfortunately, since parks are closed. I don't know, Earl. We can figure it out. We can do it in the backyard or something.
Yeah, backyard. I see.
Let's do it next week, and we'll throw head wraps and scarves up and just work out. It'll be total sweat session.
Yeah. Oh, we'll probably lose 10 pounds in one session during that.
I'm all about it. Brett Barry,
Hey,
any questions for Earl while you've got?
well, so I was just gonna say, for people who want to know what the image of you working out with Earl probably looks like, it probably looks like Scrappy Doo walking along beside.
I see.
But
I'll put it together.
But I did have a question for Earl, because Earl, we've been a lot of people have been spending time watching Tiger King.
Yeah.
Have you watched it? And B, you spend a lot of time in Florida. Is that literally what it's just like going around in Tampa because Florida?
Tampa's a little different from the rest of Florida. I mean, it's its own little place that, everyone's it's like a big small town. That's the feel you get there. But yeah, that is Florida. That show is Florida. I haven't watched it personally, but everyone I know has seen it. Photoshopping images and sending GIFs and everything about it. So I feel like I've watched every episode.
Yeah, you gotta take like 5 minutes to get into it, and you'll be just like, oh yeah, no, this was last off season.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to check it out. Someone told me the story about this well before the show started. So I was like, whoa, that is crazy. So I actually should watch it, but we'll see if I get around to it. I got a lot of shows to catch up on.
Yeah. Have you been talking with anybody from the league if there's any idea of what's going to happen with next season?
Not at all. No.
So now that you've said that, hold on a second, Earl. I hate to cut you off, but somebody asked, Robin Argabright said, Earl, are you pumped for the upcoming season? And that begged that question. I was about to ask it, so thank you for asking, Brett.
Of course. When it'll start, when we all get together and get things rolling again, yeah, I'm definitely pumped for whenever it starts.
Chris,
I don't think we'll have a delay. I mean, I don't think we'll have a big delay if the season is kind of postponed a little bit.
So Chris asked how the COVID thing will affect you and guys like you. I think he's asking the same question. I think we're all hoping the same thing, right? Because we can't live without football. This guy can't live without football right here. He's definitely not going to survive.
I kind of need it. That's my livelihood. Even though I have other means of, I can use my degree. That'd be cool, but I try to postpone that as well. So we get this thing rolling sooner or later. I hope so, but we'll see. I don't know. No one's really talking about it. We're all kind of stuck in the same limbo. Everyone's home. Everyone's, finding ways to spend their time, whether it's kids, family, working out. A lot of people my kids are crying. Zahara, please get over that. And then, that's pretty much it. We're all kind of just waiting and seeing. And hopefully this all gets resolved soon, because I think it's driving people mad, being stuck in a house and not being able to interact with people, go places and do things.
So if this goes till this is the off season right now for you guys, but if this gets into May, June, teams
are supposed to report in like 5 days, really. So, teams with new coaches, that's usually how that works. I think it's like the second week of April. And then everyone's supposed to come like the 20th of April to start off-season workouts.
So Anna's question, I don't think it applies at the moment, but it's interesting to look at the perspective that it might be something that happens. Anna said NASCAR is doing in the racing shit. Very, very technical term. Is it something similar in football? I don't know. I think maybe they might end up just playing without a crowd if this thing continues. But if this continues like September, it's bad.
I have actually watched the whole NASCAR on the internet. That is super cool. They seem like they're having a lot of fun with it. Football, there's guys playing each other on Madden, but you can't.
Hey, Earl.
Yeah.
Here's an idea you can pitch to the league. Be in the league plays as themselves in a live action Madden game, and you just broadcast that. I mean, I would cool shit out of that.
Earl and I were talking about this the other day. You could just turn on Madden on your computer, on your Xbox computer, whatever you got, and then just set it to CPU versus CPU and start taking bets.
That might be the next thing right now, to tie people over for no sports and no betting.
Blow up. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Hey, while I have everybody here, I don't want anyone to miss this one moment that I have been waiting for. And Jon Petroff, I see you texting away frivolously, just sending text to everybody to join us. Happy birthday to Jon Petroff, guys!
Happy birthday! Are we gonna sing to him, or how's this gonna work?
Let's see if we can get Jon in here.
There he is. Yeah, sipping away. Love it.
Well, Arizona Wilderness love.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
And also, is it Mike's birthday as well?
It is Mike's birthday.
It is Mike's birthday. Well, in that case,
bringing him in.
I better bring him in and type in a happy birthday for him. So, Mike, hey, brother.
Saluti.
This is very hard for me to do as I crouch down.
It's like a million chairs you can sit on, but
well, not in the same room. You can't turn off your damn audio.
Take a chair.
I could have done that. Tell the harder for me a chair.
Happy birthday, Mike.
What's that
Thank you, sir.
John. So,
by the way, Earl, my parents live in Safety Harbor, so I go down to Crooked Thumb all the time.
Oh, nice.
Check them out if you haven't.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. That's awesome.
Nice. Well, happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you.
And happy birthday to Mr. Petroff as well. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for supporting us. In the meantime, there's a delicious crunching sound coming from one of your microphone, so we'll lose you guys. But thank you. Appreciate it. The crunching sound disappears. Where's my chair? You brought me a scooter and not a chair. That doesn't help.
You got a scooter to your chair.
I know. It is what it is.
You can sit on one of those bricks.
I can sit on a brick. She just told me to sit on a brick.
You can
This is the
stack
most,
them.
just because I put on a Bedouin's scarf doesn't mean I have to live like a Bedouin today. So thank you. I appreciate that. Hurts my feelings. All right. Well, happy birthday to Jon Petroff. Happy birthday to Mike Milwaukee. And shit, I'm so sorry, Adam Lidford. You should have come in here and said happy birthday to those guys. I'll let you do it now.
Oh, it's okay. I just wanted to give a shout out to my good friend and former business partner, Mike Malazzi. I miss you, brother. I hope that you're having an amazing birthday.
Nice. Love it. Thank you.
That was nice.
Hey, Earl, you're very welcome. I'm taking away your burden of children here.
Perfect. That's fun.
I'm convinced that's the only reason you kept me as a friend for the last couple of months.
It helps.
That's it.
Say to be quarantined with one friend. If you had to be quarantined with one friend, is Yusuf the one you would choose?
No.
Wow! Hurtful. That is the worst thing you could have said. And your camera froze the whole time. Look,
Froze? I'm frozen? Yeah,
You're frozen.
I'm
You're
frozen. But can people hear me still is the question.
Oh, yeah.
We got your audio.
Like you said no.
Drop out and come back in real quick. Just rejoin this. And I'm going to drop you. I can't believe he just insulted me in public like that.
No, he might have other friends, too, though, that can do more around the house. Or
There's nobody here.
You could be his second favorite person on earth, and that still doesn't give you the gold medal, man. Don't take it too hard. You're fine.
I wouldn't want me around in a quarantine. I can't do anything.
Children, they're mad about it. They're mad about it.
I punched my dad 3 times.
Punched him 3 times. See?
And I said how to.
Doing things I wouldn't dare do is punch Earl right. Oh, listen, I'm gonna come over here and kick you in the chest, Earl.
That sounds like a bad idea.
He's talking right now, and the beauty is I don't have to bring him in. I just leave him sitting there. This is like leaving you on read, bro.
Hey, Yusuf, I'm moving on to round 2.
Electric lettuce. We drank that yesterday.
So good.
Matter of factly, I'm going to bring in to talk IPAs and also the shenanigans we got into yesterday. We won't get into too much detail. There were some shenanigans, but let me, Leopard, cheers. I'll drop you for a second.
Cheers.
The doorbell. Who's ringing the doorbell?
He's ringing all sorts of problems.
Someone's ringing the doorbell.
This is my quarantine family. Stop ringing the doorbell.
Is that Jesus?
Yeah. He just keeps shifting around.
I got a question. I got questions. Who's playing Animal Crossing is the question.
Ooh, this is good. I'm going to ask everybody. Go ahead and ask them again, though. But who is playing Animal Crossing? This is a great question.
Yeah, because I know I'm logging days in.
I don't know what that means.
It's a game
Animal Crossing?
on the Switch.
It's like the best game ever. It's like being quarantined, but you bring people to your island.
Quarantine Island in Animal Crossing?
Pretty much. That's how it starts out.
Stop it.
I just played my first video game of the quarantine, and it's my Madden 2012 franchise that I'm in like season 30 on.
Wow.
What system? Maybe we could link up and play.
2012. Who was on the cover of 2012? Was that Peyton Hillis or something?
Oh, that was a good year.
I forget who it is. I mean,
was it Calvin Johnson?
I think he was earlier than that. I mean, whoever it is, obviously his career ended because of the Madden curse.
Right.
Never to be heard from again.
I thought about firing up my Xbox 360 just to see what I could play. I think I have Madden 15 on it or something. Oh. Like that's the most recent one I have.
This electric lettuce is delightful.
So as far as comments go, we're talking about Animal Crossing. I'm seeing some comments about it. Here's the thing. So we were at the fine establishment of Target earlier, where someone scoffed and then ran away from Earl when he was trying to get some apple juice. I think I mentioned this earlier. But
he's trying to pick up apple juice.
Exactly. But I was like, maybe I'll get a Nintendo Switch. If you go down the video game aisle, it's empty, barren, gone. Nothing is available.
People are looking for things to do.
We lost our-
Where'd I go?
Bored.
Where'd it go? Hold up.
They have
video.
to get a Switch to. It's like, go do this. People need time.
People need to poop, and they need things to spend their time doing.
So
You can't spend all your time pooping.
one of us has to keep our audio up, and the other one
Lord
has to keep
knows
it
I've
down.
tried.
This is not a technical situation. It's very easy.
GoldenEye. Sean brings up GoldenEye. I have a Nintendo 64 with 2 games, Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. And my fiance had bought me for my birthday a couple of years ago, like a Super Nintendo that has all these games built into it, including Mario Kart, which is, great.
I will smoke your battle mode.
Well, that's not even real Mario Kart, man.
It's the purest Mario Kart.
It's not even racing. It's just the luck of the item. So, yeah.
So this begs the ultimate question. What games are you playing right now? Earl is back there. I got him.
I'm back. I'm here.
So
Games. What game? Really is Pokemon and Animal Crossing. That's the only 2 games I'm playing. And Wordscapes.
Hey, Ty is asking you a question, Earl. He says, how much debt do you owe in Animal Crossing to the squirrel?
Actually, none. I saved. I sold so much fish and gold, like the gold nuggets or whatever it is that you can get out those rocks. No, I've upgraded my house 3 times now.
But please,
And I got like 200 grand in the bank still. So I've been on it.
just so we keep this thing kosher on the internet, don't tell people you're selling rocks.
I mean, how else am I supposed to make a living,
I know. By the way, for those of you just joining us, say hello to my social distance family, even though Earl is about, I don't know, what are you, 20 feet away from me right now?
Yeah, I'm on the neighbor's wall.
that's really good distancing.
Yeah, this is Zahara, and Ziva is running around. They're the only people. I haven't seen my own parents, but because him and I had spent time together when this thing blew up, here we are.
You got something in your teeth?
You got something in my teeth? What are you talking about? Get out of here.
No. She's got something. Let me see.
I see Call of Duty Black Ops 4 in here. Levi says you got to work the turnip market, Earl.
Yeah, I need to, because I don't know about that. I don't know where that person is for the turnips.
And then
no one's ever selling turnips.
Anna says she's playing Pokemon in My Vegas slots. Listen, when Vegas reopens, Anna, you're going to be set. You're going to have free drinks, buffets galore. I mean, just ready to go. Oh, okay. There goes my COVID cover up.
You look a lot
That's taken away.
Yusuf.
What's that?
You look a lot starting.
I know. Less threatening. Thank you.
You'll have to fly again.
You look less concerned about the plummeting price of oil.
What are you talking about? Oil bounced, man.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start restricting supply.
I'm being offered.
Look at these lives. They're great. These are great.
Are you looking at the live comments? These are fantastic. What do we got in here so far? Thank you guys for joining us. Hell yeah, Anna Rose, by the way. At some point, maybe, I don't know, do you guys link up on Animal Crossing? Is that an online thing? Can you visit each other's villages?
Yeah. They're
Okay,
islands,
so
but-
at the end of this, maybe we'll post your Animal Crossing village link or something.
or they just can add me on there and then on the Switch.
We'll figure it out. Or post yours, and then Earl will add you or something. I don't know how that works.
I'm just gonna go walk and grab it because that would be much easier.
Perfect. You go away for a few minutes. I'm going to bring back in Adam Ledford. We'll bring you back in a minute. And then we'll have a drink together because we
Perfect.
should do that.
Agreed.
Hi, friends.
Hi,
Guys,
Adam G, can I tell you how much post-COVID regret I have in giving you that N64 with all the games?
dude. Like I don't even. You gave me, because I have 2 Nintendo 64s and I couldn't remember where the second one came from. I could ship it back to you.
No, it's good. I never got around to doing Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch, even though it was a release title. So my daughter and I are going through that, and we're having a lot of fun with that. And that should take a long time because it's been a long time since I've done a Mario game. So, but we're having fun with that. Power Moons, baby, taking it back to 2017.
Attaboy.
Be happy to send it back to you. It's taking up space.
You're like, I'm not sending the games back, but I'll send you the unit back.
So yeah, basically.
He'll send you the unit back with a bunch of used up toilet paper rolls.
I want to ask everyone a question. Okay, can I? All right, thank you. You know what? She's hosting the show. I'm leaving. I want to ask everyone a question. I think this is an important question. But how is anyone like strictly afraid every time you go outside? Jeez, that scarf messed up my hair. But is anyone strictly afraid? Like when you go outside, are you afraid to go outside?
No, taking much more precautions, being really smart, but I'm not going to be ruled by fear, but that doesn't mean we can't take intelligent steps to minimize our risk. You know, I think those two terms are not mutually exclusive. It's possible to hold them both.
I agree on that. Yeah. Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not afraid, but I'm also definitely trying to be more consciously aware. If I've left home and I'm going to go to a store or something like that, I try to be like, all right, I need to make a conscious effort to not touch my face, try to not use my hand on doorknobs if I don't have to, try to minimize watching, and as soon as I get home, I basically go wash my hands. But, in reality, even the COVID-19 side, the things that I'm most afraid of are not anything that's likely to happen to me. I'm more concerned about my sisters, my parents, my nieces and my nephews, and just, everybody else who has other family members that are more at risk than somebody like myself. Granted, I don't want to be getting sick, so it's like Adam Ledford said, I think it's more about just being smart about what you're doing and minimizing the exposure you have out there.
I'm with you on that for sure.
That makes sense. There's only so much we can even do these days. It's not like we can go to a movie or to a concert, to a ball game. So the very few things that we can't do, there's no reason to be dumb. It's not even just about being smart, because we know what we should do. We know the safest way to get through this time. But is that 100% feasible for everyone? No, it's not. But when you do have to go out, to go get groceries or beer or things that are important like that, then you take the necessary precautions and you trust that the people who are telling you what to do to minimize your chances of getting sick will work. Because similar to Brett, I'm less worried about me than I am my parents, my grandmother, or other people who might be more at risk for serious complications. So not that any of us want to get sick, but certainly there are things we can do to be less likely to get sick. And I think that's what we're all doing, right? That's the whole point of this.
I'm 100% with you on that. I'm not. So for me, I'm not afraid. And I'm looking at some of the comments, and some of these things actually echo how I feel. Robin says, I think Dave and I had the virus. I just don't want to give it to anyone. I know a lot of people are asymptomatic, and personally, I think that a lot of us got sick back in November, December. That didn't know what it was, and it was diagnosed incorrectly, and we all felt like trash, basically. So there's a chance we probably had it. I travel a lot. You guys know that. I travel on average 75 to 100,000 miles a year.
I was in Vegas 6 weeks ago for a work trip and going through casinos and the airports there, and it's I think the scariest thing is the asymptomatic transmission, and the fact that there's a realistic chance that we've had it, and just in a day you weren't even feeling that bad that you had it and were spreading it, right? And spreading it to somebody that's more of a high risk. Since I've been self-quarantined for a month about, I've had a couple of days where I'm I don't actually feel that great. I don't feel sick, but it was just without tests, you just don't know, right? So that's where it's not necessarily living in fear, but it's more of an abundance of caution.
Sure. And with that being said, by the way, I do want to bring in our dear friend Earl, I might have to walk away because we are, even though we're 10 feet away, the microphone picks up everything. But
Yeah,
in the
I can hear
meantime,
you're coming through on my microphone, and we're 40 miles.
yeah, sorry about that. I understand that this running joke about me being fucking loud is hilarious to you people. Anna Rose, by the way, says she just holds her breath when she walks past people. Maybe she wasn't. So hang on a sec. Brett Ledford, lose you guys for a minute. Earl, bringing you in. So Earl can attest. There it is. There's the echo. Earl can attest to the fact that when we were at the store today, this woman literally scoffed. Maybe she was just holding her breath.
No. No. I know what that was. That was why the fuck are you near me? So.
Like what? Like, were you doing anything out of the ordinary in these times? Like, I mean, I don't go right up to people when they're in an aisle, right, looking at things. I don't go up next to them. Like, I'll wait for them to leave that area before.
Well, we were separated by a cart and a half, and she was just standing there, and I just wanted to grab the last bottle of orange apple juice. So I picked it up and went on my way. That's it.
People are weird right now, though, because like you get that mix of some people who are like super cautious, right, and won't go near if anyone's within 20 feet, and they're like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Then you get other people like I've gone to the store who just like walk around like nothing's going on at all, and it's like everyone can kind of find that middle ground of, "Hey, don't be dumb, be respectful of everyone," but you know that I think we do better. But it's
definitely.
I want to add some light to this. We spent 20 minutes talking about shit that's almost made me depressed enough to chug another beer, but. Anna said, I literally don't breathe for a solid 20. I'm assuming 20 seconds, but if you can hold your breath for 20 minutes, call me. We gotta get you on some sort of television show that isn't this. So let's do that ASAP.
I think if you can hold your breath for 20 seconds, I mean, you don't have COVID, so that's good.
COVID.
Like your lungs are fine.
That's one of the tests actually is holding your breath. So in the interim, thank you guys, whoever's here right now. I think there's like a dozen or so people here. Ask some questions. We got our dear friend Earl Watford.
I'm here.
Earl Dub hanging out. You can ask about the season or what you think the season's going to look like. We've got a lot of questions about that.
Or not football related. I'm okay with that as well.
We're not, but there's a lot of that. Or you can ask them about Animal Crossing. Beer is always a good question.
Beer,
what you guys
liquor.
know is that Earl actually lived in Virginia, went to college in Virginia, and so he turned me on to some great Virginia beers. And so we had Trillium, Treehouse, The Answer. I mean, some of the best stuff I've ever had came out of there. We opened up an Answer Crowler yesterday, right, Earl?
Yeah, that was good stuff.
We had some red and blue. And then Adam Ledford waving his arms. What's up, buddy?
Oh, my God. Trillium and Treehouse are not Virginia beers. You
They are not, no.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm like flailing monkey in the background. I'm like, Yusuf, first of all,
right.
please, God.
I'm literally looking at a message, by the way, from my buddy in Boston who's like, hey, do you want the Trillium and Treehouse guys to send you some stuff? And I'm like, yes. And then I said that.
They can send it to me. We'll just give them my address.
No, I apologize. I'm talking about the Veil, by the way, The Answer, and Triple Crossing, right? That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of.
There's a lot.
Veil, Triple Crossing, and The Answer.
Richmond.
Now the internet will know that I fucked up. And if you take that one moment, you can put me in a corner now, apparently. Maybe
it's about to be a meme.
Also, I know that Yusuf was Joseph. What the hell?
Fuck him.
You're wearing your Technicolor dream coat, man. Sorry.
Thank you.
What I was going to say is I know that Yusuf was joking, and hopefully most of our audience knows that they're joking, but holding your breath for 20 seconds is absolutely in no way a true actual indicator of not having COVID-19.
FYI, I have had 3 physicians tell me over the phone that if I could not hold my breath, then I should go in for a test.
That is true, but when whoever it was said on the press conference that it was Geraldo said that holding your breath for 20 seconds was a surefire indicator that you did not have it.
Well, everyone knows Geraldo's a genius. Hey, real quick, we do have questions for Earl that are not football related.
Hey. Fun.
Earl, what's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Easy pick, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. There you go.
Nice.
There you go. And then one more for you, Earl.
Come on, here we go.
what's your degree? And if you could be anything you wanted, what would it be and why?
What's my degree? Let's see. I got it right here. It's actually in the garage. Let's pull it up so you know it's real. It's true. I got to put it in the frame. I got this nice frame. So I went to school for, I got to look it up sometimes. No, not really. I went to school for communication sciences and disorders. So like speech language pathology and audiology. Anything I want to be, I don't know. When I was younger, I wanted to be an artist, but now I just kind of want to travel the world and eat and drink and.
I like that plan. I like that plan a lot. I would travel the world and eat and drink.
Fun.
I think we lost Earl for a moment there, but what I am going to do as we come up to the close of this is, Earl, I think we break the rule.
Oh, yeah.
Since we've been hanging out and I've explained to everybody we do it, we're just going to until your phone, buddy. We're going to get in here nice and tight and bring everybody else in. Goodbye to that. Welcome back to Brett.
Oh, hey.
Hey, man.
Hey, Brett.
By the way, I enjoyed Adam Ledford correcting your beer knowledge and pulmonology knowledge.
Correcting my what?
Hey, in my circumstances, if there are two things that I should know about, it's beer and pulmonary function. So
No, you know what? I'm sorry. It's literally. I wish I could explain it to you guys, but like I said before, it's hard for me to like produce the show and host the show and listen to people and see text messages coming in. But literally, have somebody.
Did you guys hear that? It sounds like excuses.
So many excuses.
Wow.
Adam Green coming in really. You know what, Adam?
Bye.
Coming in really, really fucking rich from the guy who said he couldn't do the show with me last week because game night was going to happen and spent 2 hours trying to figure out how to host a Zoom meeting. Oh. So he's fired from life, basically. I
think the key thing we learned here, Yusuf, is that when you're trying to produce and host, that you basically become Ron Burgundy, and somebody can message you something, and you'll say to the world, "Go fuck yourself, San Diego."
You knew that. You pretty sure.
Very true.
I got that. Look at this. Look at this situation.
Okay, so Anna was saying favorite movie is Ace Ventura. We had this conversation the other day. Like, having kids, like, I'm curious if anybody who has kids in the chat, like, do you end up kind of mentally like whitewashing how insanely not appropriate for kids some movies are? We talked about Ace Ventura the other day and we're like, yeah, that'll be okay. And then I was like, oh, but remember how then we would have to explain about what tucking your penis back behind your area is? That's an Ace Ventura. If you've forgotten it, you did what I did.
That's actually a great question for anybody who does have children that's watching. Have you let your kids watch stuff they shouldn't? Earl, first things first, we'll get an answer from Earl because I'm really curious. And the answer's probably yes.
Earl, how many times have you watched Pulp Fiction with your children?
Oh, not at all. I watch the traditional kid films, and then there's kid films that really aren't. It's all those sly hidden jokes and messages in them, which are, to adults is hilarious, but to kids, they don't really quite get it. One movie we did just watch that I hadn't seen in years was Dr. Dolittle. I thought that was just an amazing film.
That movie, like,
underrated.
It's like the funniest movie.
That's a film. The Dr. Dolittle is definitely a film that like disappears in my memory. I forget it even exists sometimes.
I even liked the second one. I thought that was actually not bad either. Like, they're both pretty solid like kids movies.
They are.
There was a second Dr. Dolittle?
Yeah, it was great.
Isn't there a new one that came out or was coming out?
Didn't do too well.
There was some Robert Downey Jr. high budget thing that garbage.
It looked like it could be great, but you knew it wasn't going to be.
Shouldn't have made it.
So I'm looking in the comments. I'm just going to see if anybody says. Anna says she doesn't have kids and a second Ace Ventura. There was a second Ace Ventura. I know that, Anna. When I was kidding.
When nature calls. That's the birthing out of the rhinoceros rear end scene. It's amazing.
Hey, Adam Ledford, I have a question for you related to your question.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone back and watched some even classic Disney movies and realized that the overall themes to them are perhaps less than inspiring? I'm thinking of specifically you as a father of a daughter. Little Mermaid is basically oh, you can have the man of your dreams while you give up your voice.
Oh man, if maybe we can post the link later, but somebody recorded "Kiss the Girl," but in a minor key, and it makes it absolutely as rapey sounding as that song's actual content is. It's bad.
Oh my god. Oh boy.
It's not just kids movies at Disney. Do you guys, how many movies that we all love probably that would just not get made today? Like I'm thinking like the airplane movies or some of the jokes that happen in those. Like they're
Most of them are being
hilarious.
or they're going straight to Netflix or Amazon.
Top of the list. Top of the list. Blazing Saddles. It hits the top of the list of movies that no one would make today. In 2020, if Mel Brooks was like, "Hey, let's make Blazing Saddles," he would have been lynched.
Mm-hmm.
I think anything Mel Brooks did almost would be very, very tough to greenlight. Anything that Richard Pryor was involved in, like the toy, is never getting made again.
Never.
Even what was the one with Gene Wilder? The See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. Man, Richard Pryor's cameo, he was the best Oompa Loompa. Let's be fair. No, but I think that there's a lot of. I mean, none of the blaxploitation movies would get made now.
How about like Animal House or even Revenge of the Nerds, filmed in Tucson?
Ooh, or Revenge of the Nerds. Talk about another let's pretend this is not rape movie at the end of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of highly questionable content in there, by I would say modern standards, but just by reasonable standards, I think.
But the thing is, we all know that, and we still watch them and laugh our asses off. Right? Without any bad, oh, I'm so mad at myself for everything that it's just funny.
There's time and place moments where you're conditioned to kind of accept certain forms of humor. I'm glad that we're changing on that, but it doesn't mean they weren't funny at the time. It just means that they were incredibly tone deaf, and we weren't there yet as a society. Maybe, I don't know. That's my justification.
The most unintentionally funny moment of Revenge of the Nerds is when the nerd guy's trying to flirt with the girl, and he's like writing code to like flirt with like a really janky animation of like 1985 computer animation. It was supposed to be like sweet and romantic then, and now it's like, well, that's just preposterous and dumb.
Hey friends, so I know that we're coming up on that 1 hour mark, and Earl and I are both here. I know 1 hour goes by real quick, but what time is it, Earl? Do you know what time it is? Is it truly time? I think it's. Wait for it. Shout out to a possible future sponsorship to your. It's truly time.
Oh yeah. Ooh, passion fruit.
Oh.
Apparently we're chugging them.
It's impossible. I got about halfway through though.
But listen, to make it better.
Oh, that's much better. That's much better.
Double vanilla king snake. Earl hasn't had it yet. I did bring it over. We're gonna put this in the fridge. Everybody got excited. You heard the excitement in their voices. Better. I'm looking at the comments. I left Earl to produce the show, and all he did was look at his phone. So,
well, yeah.
I thought it was running smoothly.
I'm just yes.
Good. Yeah. Chris did ask. Anyone want to know Earl's favorite B movie?
Whoa.
A lot of truly.
B movie.
One with Jerry Seinfeld as the voice, right?
B movie. Yusuf, can you not handle the truly?
No, thank you. I knew Adam had to go at that point.
I had to cut him too, man. That was terrible.
Movie came with a Jerry Seinfeld joke. You're fired, Adam. You can't come in here
anymore.
He literally, by the way, just for funsies, he literally left.
Wait. 1 second. Where are you going? Okay.
I was totally gone. Guys, thanks for joining us. I know that these Sunday afternoons have been interesting, and I think today's been a quiet one. We didn't really have a plan for the episode today, so we just kind of hung out, and I figured I would expose the secret that I have been hanging out with Earl for the last couple of weeks. I don't know if he likes it or hates it.
It's cool. It's fun time.
I do know that he slept while I hung out with the kids apparently today, so Uncle Yusuf's really getting tired. Really tired.
It sounds like you need to take Yusuf on a nice romantic getaway to like make it up to him or something.
I wish he would. I want some appreciation in my life. God damn it!
It's okay. We're gonna start calling you Yusuf Silver Medal Hawash anyway, since you're not
Why
his
am I
favorite
silver
friend.
medal? Because he said, you know what? You did kind of throw me under the bus.
I mean, look at his skin tone. He's more of a bronzed medal.
Oh.
Because everyone asked the question. What was the question that we asked earlier? You said if you could be quarantined with one person, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Would it be Yusuf?
Quarantined with one friend. Who would it be? Yeah, that was the question. And he quickly was like, negative, not Yusuf. No, hell no. I'm too loud. I'm too much. I'm too much for you guys. You barely would have talked to me on the internet once a week.
It's a lie going on.
My favorite part of that discussion was Adam saying that nobody would want to be with him because he can't do anything. And I just kept thinking like, well, Adam could write me stories, but then I would just pick him apart and critique it. And then he'd say, I'm a writer, not an editor.
There you go.
Oh, here's a question I have. While we're still
hold on, he's right. He never answered what his favorite B movie was.
I love them all equally, but for some reason, 8-Legged Freaks is like in my mind.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I just remember that movie so vividly, and I don't. That's the first movie that popped in my head.
So there you go.
Another quality B movie.
8-Legged.
How are we defining B movie in this context?
Well, not the Jerry Seinfeld way. That's for goddamn sure.
I
mean, that's a given.
I mean, B movies are just low budget films. You know?
Well, because there's some high budget films that I would say have B movie qualities,
such as
Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah,
that's an amazing movie. It's terribly good. It is terribly good.
It is.
Ooh, hate to interrupt, but Anna came in with it's truly lemonade time.
Ooh.
Truly does have a lemonade. Also, I don't know what this is, Anna, but she says she's too much, and I don't even know you. I just post. Just keep posting. I appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Yeah. It's all good. You're not too much. You're just enough. You are truly a fan.
Sharknado. That's a high budget. Well, was it high budget? Was it medium budget?
Depends on which one you're talking about. 8 or the first 3.
Yeah.
It had Tara Reid in it. It had to be high budget.
Listen.
There was at least $10,000 put into Tara Reid.
I'm glad we got Adam back in here just in time. Adam Green, tell us what you're pouring as we come up on that 1 hour mark.
It's called What the French?
Is it a stout?
Side project or the project? Yeah. Side project? Just that project? Imperial stout with milk sugar, cinnamon, maple, and vanilla.
Nice.
Sounds delicious.
I'm gonna go by Adam Green. I had that Saturday Sunday finally yesterday. It was delightful.
Yeah. Did you order the Cat Joe Max?
Yeah. I thought I had it delivered. I apparently have it to be picked up, but I live like a mile away, so I'm gonna have to go after we're done here.
Yeah, I set mine. I was gonna do delivery, and I told him like I'm gonna order a few more things this week. Don't just come up here to deliver me a crowler. That makes no sense. So like that's cool. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. Like that's, I'll get around to it. Just put it aside for me.
Adam Green, speaking of crowlers, has the Bottle Logic still survived, or have you killed it yet?
I have not killed it yet.
Tell the audience what we're talking about here.
If this quarantine ends in the next week, I might be able to share Comb the Desert with you all.
Comb the Desert being?
It's a Bottle Logic variant of Jam the Radar with peanut butter. It's also another Spaceballs reference, which is perfect for Jam the Radar.
Wiping the drool away.
Doesn't that mean it should have raspberry in it?
Huh?
Doesn't that mean it should have raspberry in it?
No, Jam the Radar does.
Oh, does it? Oh,
this is a peanut butter variant with it, but I think it's. I mean, I think I heard it's delicious. You
guys just asked the question that I want to pose to the audience. The last question for the day. Jesus Christ, my hair. Is what is the first cellared beer or wine you plan on opening as soon as this thing's all over?
I'm going to drink all my best stuff before that happens so I don't have to share it with you guys.
I was going to say, I have to see what survives till the end of this.
Did you say, I'm sorry, did you say what or who?
Yes. Like, I don't know. Like, I keep buying new beer, but at some point I have to start drinking what I have, and that might mean some of the beers that I would wait to celebrate with are already gone.
Well, Adam, if you had to pick one out of your fridge right now, go for it. You got 10 seconds.
Paisley Cave, maybe?
Paisley Cave.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam Ledford, go.
When this all blows over, I am driving up with a however improbable to split with Adam Green and whoever else joins us.
Love you, buddy.
Awesome. Brett Berry.
I was raising my hand to join. I think it would depend on, assuming if it's this group here, I would want to maybe finally open those Midnight Stills, the 2 variants I got from Seattle.
I'm with you on that. I'm going to let Earl answer, actually, because I bet he's got something stashed away secretly.
I do have things stashed away, but again, they're in the stash for a reason. Honestly, I just want a Natty or something, or Keystone.
That's it.
Light, just knock back, just because.
Truly and honestly.
Turn around, Yusuf.
Hey, by the way, Yusuf.
Sorry. Product placement.
Still upside down. There you go.
Oh, God.
Everything's mirrored and backwards. Listen, at the end of the day, Truly's still watching. Curious what we got in the comments.
Truly's not watching.
Listen, Anna might be my favorite new fan of people we don't know. I'm going to get trashed off Fry's vodka. You know what, Anna? Get after it, girl.
You do you, boo. You do you.
You know what, guys? I think it's also less about what we drink other than it is like where or with whom we drink it, right? Like you could drink, I'll take Coors Light if I'm with you guys, which obviously would never happen. But it's just like, it's not so much about I want to open this beer. I want to open this beer and drink it with my friends.
Hold on. Here's some other ones for you real quick. I'm going to run through these. We got Mark Cadis's Black Tuesday. Good
Mark
beer.
Chata. Mark Chata. He's a buddy of mine from North Carolina.
Well, then fucking make it a CH, Chata. Or put a little squiggly at the bottom. Make it a ch. Is he Spanish?
Squiggly? Was that a squiggly you asked for?
Squiggly, that's the technical term.
Oh, he's talking about a 6-year vert of KBS. Oh, Southeasterners, maybe not West Coasters, but we opened up and we did a 5-year vert plus barrel aged of all the sexual chocolates from Foothills Brewing Company not too long ago, and it was some of the older ones were actually like held up really, really well, and some of them were hot garbage because you're not supposed to cellar those beers for that long. But it was fun. It was fun.
Some beers turn into hot garbage, dude. Some beers turn into
I just want to sit at a bar.
I'm not being
right.
Yes, sit at a bar. Yes,
Like,
amen.
it doesn't matter what you drink.
Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Mark Chata. I apologize. I wasn't being rude. Spanish with the ch is what I meant. I'm sorry. Also, if you're gonna write "fu," write it like completely out. That'd be great.
Also, when Yusuf says sorry, I'm not being rude, that is a lie.
I'm always.
But it's also his Boston accent.
You guys.
Yes, it's just his wonderful Boston accent.
Well, time to get rid of Adam as usual. It's that time of the hour. And shout out to Mark with
Yusuf.
Yes.
When you pronounced Mark Chata's last name appropriately, it was the best Boston accent you've said with chowder I've ever heard.
You know what, Brett? On that fine note, I don't even remember what we were talking about. I think
hashtag unintentional Southie.
We had Southie Jack on this show. We had the Southie on this show.
We did.
Southies.
We had a Southie.
Him.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, listen, before we call this thing quits, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on in the private chat. I can't look at all this thing at the same time, by the way. I apologize. Guys, thank you for joining me. Mark Chata called me a masshole and then somehow typoed LMAO into LNAO. So
maybe that's on purpose.
I just like how we got a new viewer and you just insulted him the entire time. Like some new person tuned into our show. You're like, you're just making.
Well, I ran at him again.
You know what the worst part is, Yusuf? Mark Chata is like the nephew of the president of Truly.
You had one chance, Yusuf.
Hey, listen, I don't go on second dates just to catch up, man. If it doesn't work out the first time, it doesn't work out the first time. It is what it is. And when I hung out with Earl for the first time, I was literally sitting in Arizona Wilderness, and I ordered 6 tacos, and he ordered 12. And I turned to this guy, I'd never met him in my life, And I turn to him and I go, 12 tacos? I'll take 12 tacos. And he goes, make it 15. Was that what you said? Make it 15. And we crushed tacos. I only ate 12 and I died. And then after finishing all of these tacos, he goes, you want to go grab something to drink? No, I don't want to go. I have no room in my stomach, man. A bottle of wine after that. He did. He went and drank a bottle of wine. And then called me the next morning after exchanging numbers. And he was like, hey, you told me about this place that has a pancake flight. I told him about Snooze. And he was like, you want to go get pancake flights? I'm like, it's 10 a.m. I ate 12 tacos at 4 p.m. yesterday, and I still haven't I haven't consumed them. They're not done digesting. Yeah.
Cool origin story.
Okay, so quarantine wishes is we really need somebody to hook up a Connect with Truly. That's the number one. We need Yusuf to have some kind of validation for drinking that delicious elixir.
Ledford, Yusuf already has validation because Mark called him a masshole, which makes him think that Mark thought he actually had a Boston accent.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
There it is.
Actually, Truly in my home right now. Just
listen,
record.
So before we log off and take this conversation offline, for those of you who are still here with us, it's amazing that people still hang out with us this late. What are we opening right now? What are you about to open? It's 3:00 in the afternoon on a Sunday. Earl is texting away.
I'm gonna go bike with my kids.
We're gonna go. We need to put this in the fridge so that we can come back to this. Right? Yeah. Come back to this, and then this little chunk is gonna go on a bike. You're gonna go on a bike. All right. So what are you opening, Adam Ledford? First thing you're opening after we hang up.
I have assignments due. I'm sticking with red beers, keeping the ABV low.
Okay, fair enough. Adam Green, your turn. Go.
I'm gotta finish this one before I think of the next one. So.
Okay, well then you made this very boring. Brett Berry, I hope it's
I got a delivery from our friends at the Wandering Tortoise yesterday. What I'm open next is going to depend on whether Ellie wants to have some with me. Open one of the sours I got.
Okay.
I got a slushy from Prairie, and then I got I'm blanking on the other two. There was one that was a peach smoothie sour and another one that was a blueberry pancake sour that was really highly rated that I'm intrigued to try, but I don't open the sours unless Ellie wants some.
Nice. All right. Well, I think this is a definite yes. This is coming out of us right now. We're going to make this happen. So double vanilla cube snake. We'll drink this in a little bit. For those of you who just jumped in, I saw somebody said monkish. Jordan, nice.
Oh, heck yes.
Anna said, what can you sell? False dreams. I don't know what we're talking about, but yes, I sell false dreams and hopeful ones.
And June shine.
And what? June shine. Yes.
Mark loves the Wandering Tortoise, it looks like. That's a good thing.
If Truly doesn't call us, by the way, June shine might. So in the meantime,
our kombucha is always a good one.
June shine.
June shine. It'll cleanse your colon.
It'll cleanse your colon. Guys, listen.
Mark Chata wants to be able to share photos, but I don't know if that's possible unless you message Yusuf directly.
You have to send them to me directly, or you can send them to socialdistancedrinkingclub@gmail.com. I think it's a Gmail account. I'll have to post that at some point. It might be Social Distance Drinking Club.
Do we have an email address?
We have an email address. We have a YouTube page.
Somebody else wants to say hi.
Instagram.
Brisket.
Everybody say hey to Brisket.
Hey, Brisket.
Hey, Brisket.
He's our long pug.
It is SOC Distance Drinking Club @gmail.com. I will post it in the comments. You can send it to us anywhere you want. Distance Drinking Club. And sorry, Adam, I left you on that screen alone for way too long. Again, producing this show alone is a lot of work.
Who's producing this thing?
@gmail.com. I need to make Earl produce it and just sit back and do nothing.
Okay.
We can do that.
So there it is, guys. There is the email address you can send your photos to.
Hey, Dex, what's up?
Oh, there's Dexter. Got the other puppers. Where are your dogs at? Here.
Dex.
There he is.
Unfortunately, you don't get to meet Earl's dogs. So, final thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to say something semi-heavy. Stop using the F word. Don't be afraid. Fear is the enemy right now. Other than that, Drink some Trulies, goddammit. Burn your germs.
It's
Burn
still
your germs.
upside down. Jesus Christ.
Jesus, seriously.
Truly, please send them a can.
Hashtag burn your germs.
Hashtag burn your germs might be the next one. But let me get some of this into my glass real quick, and then
I need to open my Yippee-Ki-Yay. I got it at High West last summer.
Ooh,
and it was the last of a flight I had when I was up there, and I thought it was the best thing I had, so I bought a bottle. And it's just sitting on the bar cart right now, waiting for me to open.
Well, guys, let's do one final toast to everyone. Ziva, do you want to say hi to everybody? Ziva, you say hi to everybody? Should wave?
Say deuces. I'm out of here.
Nice. Guys, cheers from Earl and I.
Cheers.
And cheers to you guys. Thank you very much for joining us on this wonderful episode of the Sunday Day Drink. Let's do this again this week, but I promise you there will be actual content as opposed to us bullshitting. So, cheers, guys. I hope to see you guys. I miss everybody. I just want to hold your faces and your beards, minus Brett because he has no beard.
AC on
Here's a tight and tidy, man. He's got
I
his
just
own
shaved
thing
it off
going
like
on.
2 weeks ago, and I've been keeping it short.
Everybody stop talking. The show's over, okay? That's it.